Hello, my name is Ashley, and I'm going to be doing my weekly energy reading here for like the masculine and feminine energies. I just like to check in like in the middle of the week and see where the energies are at, or the guidance that they need. It's always important to remember to take what resonates. If it doesn't feel right for you, then it's not meant for you. Always listen to your intuition about anything else over what I say. And gender does not apply. So I use he and she for like simplifying purposes sometimes, but gender does not apply. We both have masculine and feminine energies within us. So the masculine energy may resonate more for you, or the feminine energy may resonate more for you. So it just depends on kind of like where you're at, what energy like you're healing. And so I am going to start off with the Rider-Waite Tarot and pull from there. So I like to ask that clear my energy, cleanse my aura, open up my auditory and visuals, clear out my crown chakra to my divine guidance, making me a clear channel for the divine. Bless these cards. Bless this reading. Bless me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just get started with the masculine energy and ask Spirit, what does the masculine energy need to know right now? What does the masculine energy need to know right now? Okay, we have 9 of Cups. So this is really beautiful. This is like your dreams coming true, wishes being fulfilled, really feeling like emotionally fulfilled on your own. He's really proud of like his accomplishments. Very grateful is what I'm getting. Like I feel like the masculine's shifting into this energy of being grateful for everything that he has possibly been through. I don't know, I'm getting that he's seeing like his dreams come to life, and like he's very like steady and holding his ground. Like he's proud of himself. That's what I'm getting there. So that's beautiful. And let's do one more. What else does the masculine need to know today with this 9 of Cups? Okay, oh, beautiful. King of Pentacles. So your dreams of like being fruitful, being financially abundant, feeling very stable in the physical world, it is coming true. Like, my goodness, these 2 cards together is a beautiful combination. And I love all the yellow. So the solar plexus chakra is really sticking out to me. So I'm getting that like you're really stepping into your power. The masculine's really finding his power. Like, because this is like the Earth King. So feeling very fruitful, feeling very powerful, feeling very abundant, feeling very fertile. Like very creative, wanting to create something in the physical. And this is saying like that's coming to fruition, that's coming to life. So feeling very abundant. That's what I was picking up right away on this card, is feeling abundant, feeling grateful. And this is helping you step into that King of Pentacles energy, which is great for creating something in the physical. Love that together. Okay, I'm going to move on to a different deck. I'm going to do magical messages from the fairies to ask, like, what is the energy that the masculine is in right now? What energy is the masculine in right now? This one's kind of just sticking out. Alright, so this is winter, and it says, the answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. So what I'm getting is that like you're really like working on this like sense of feeling very abundant, feeling very like valuable, feeling very worthy right now, and it's paying off. And during the winter months, it's not very active, especially like in the physical is what I'm getting. So like you might want to be seeing physical evidence of this like feeling of like feeling really good in your skin and feeling very worthy and feeling very valuable, and you might want this to like reflect right away. But what I'm getting is that like you're just working on like bringing these into fruition during the winter months, and like as the seasons change and things begin to blossom, like you'll see things, like you'll see your own manifestations blossom is what I'm getting. but right now it's just a time of like stillness and like receptivity, and maybe like you're receiving ideas from spirit about how to become this King of Pentacles. And so it's really important to just like listen and be receptive right now, and listen to your guidance, and like it says here, your prayers and your affirmations. So if you've been using positive affirmations, if you've been praying, if you've been asking for guidance, like you are receiving that. So let's see what else comes up. I like that because it's very like hermit mode too. So like just being in the stillness, being in the just being in the stillness. Okay, what else can you tell us about this winter? What energy is the masculine in right now? It says spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. So that's beautiful. You might be like working on like recognizing your gifts and recognizing your talents, and you might be wanting to like, you might feel the need to share this with other people. I'm getting, especially for like the masculine and other men, there's not a lot of men that are like I was just thinking about this last night, like divine men that are like awakened and sharing their truth and sharing what they're going through. They're really private and they're really like quiet, and they go through things alone. And I feel like the feminine is opposite. She's kind of like very open and shares. But I'm getting that like the masculine is really like opening up and allowing himself to be like taught like by spirit, by like his guides, like being more open to the guidance he's receiving, and being more teachable. And I'm getting that he's just like waking up to his like spiritual gifts, the divine masculine is. So like maybe very intuitive, very creative, whatever your life purpose is, like I feel like that's awakening for the masculine right now. And so that might be why you're feeling like this King of Pentacles energy, because it is your purpose, and so you know you're going to be good at it. Like there'll still be fears and there'll still be doubt that comes up, like that wants to tell you like, no, you're not, you can't do this, you know, like you're not good enough, whatever. But because it's your purpose and you have that like passion and that desire in your heart, then you know you're going to be good at it. But sometimes it can be hard to get past the fears. Okay, let's do energy oracle. I want to see what the masculine is healing right now. Okay. So what is the masculine healing right now? Masculine healing right now. Okay, we have envy in reverse. So I think this goes great because this is like releasing any lack, which would be perfect for that King of Pentacles, releasing any doubt, releasing any like jealousy, like wanting what other people have, like letting that go, like really just embracing and appreciating all that you already have. And this really creates a shift in your money mindset and your abundance mindset, because there are no blocks to abundance. It's just, well, it's our own blocks. Abundance is not something that like we create. It's just an energy, and all we do is create blocks to that energy. So really recognizing like how your thoughts play a huge role in keeping you like feeling stuck or feeling like less than or unworthy, or so I'm getting that they're healing this sense of lack and this sense of like envy and like jealousy, and I'm getting like the masculine wanted to look a certain way, to like create this like facade that they are successful, and often, you know, we think that like having a lot of money makes us look really successful, or I'm just getting that like letting go of this like mentality of like I have to be the best kind of, I don't know, that's just kind of what I'm getting, like really releasing this sense of like I'm getting that the masculine's really understanding their value now and what they have to offer to the world. Okay, and like you might want what other people have, and it looks really good, like it looks good to the physical eyes, but sometimes like what we think it looks really good is really rotten underneath. And so like letting that go, like knowing that spirit knows what's best for us, even if we want it to look a certain way. I'm getting like letting go of that certain idea of how it's supposed to look, like how this King of Pentacles is supposed to look, because a lot of masculines have been like, their minds have been distorted about like money and power, and so like realizing what the King of Pentacles truly means, like really shifting your values is what I'm getting with the King of Pentacles too. So let's see what else is the masculine healing right now. Where's the masculine healing? Okay, I'm gonna take that because it kind of just like fell in upside down, or like this way into the deck. So strategy, and I just feel like that's, I don't know, spirit is saying yes, this is the card. So strategy, like coming up with a new plan. Yeah, I'm just getting like, now that the values have shifted, and now that like the idea of what the King of Pentacles has shifted, there's like a new strategy, like going about it a different way, going about it in a more like confident way, a more balanced way, a more like spiritual way, instead of only logic. I feel like they're incorporating more of like this spiritual, like following their guidance, but still being very logical, very strategic, coming up with a plan. And like I'm getting like with this envy in reverse is like letting go of like the need to make lots of money, and actually coming up with an actual like long-term, something that's going to benefit the other people and yourself in the long term. And I'm getting that like with the spiritual teaching, like it's more focused on what you're producing, like what are you producing, what do you want to give to the world, and not what are you going to receive by doing whatever it is you want to do, whatever your purpose is. It's not about the money and what you're going to receive, but what are you adding, what value are you adding to the world, what is your message, what is your purpose, you know? So that's what I'm getting, is like, especially with the winter, like getting clear on what it is you want, so, and then coming up with a plan. So I like that. All right, and lastly I'll do Nature's Whispers for the advice. It's always good to get some advice. Put this up here. What is your advice for the masculine right now? What is your advice for the masculine right now? Okay, illumination. So really going within, like things are being illuminated. I'm getting that things might become more clear around the full moon, which I'm not exactly sure when that is, honestly. But really seeing the light is what I'm getting. Seeing past illusions, like illusions really being like busted open, and yeah, just really seeing the light is what I'm getting. Butterflies might be important to you, or you might be seeing butterflies. They also represent like transformation. This is also a number 2 card, so it's like also like partnerships. So yeah, that's what I'm getting there. It's just like really seeing the light. Kind of see the bigger picture. Okay, what else is your advice for the masculine right now? What else is your advice? Laughter. I love it. So this is about like lightening up and staying very childlike, and like finding the humor in things, laughing at yourself. Sometimes like we make mistakes or we feel foolish, and that's what I'm getting, is maybe like there's something like being illuminated right now and it makes you feel like foolish. That's the word I hear. But this is like saying laugh at yourself. I love the kids. They're like riding on these horses, like play and have fun. Laughter is the best medicine. So yeah, just lighten up. That's what I'm getting, is the advice for the masculine right now is just to like stay cheerful, stay playful, stay in your innocence is what I'm getting. And this will help you move, like the illumination, that might like create like a whoa, like it can be harsh sometimes, like when we recognize things it can be really harsh, but that's what spirit is saying with the laughter, is like it's not it's not really as big as your mind is making it up to be. You just have to like laugh at yourself. You just have to find the humor in it. You have to find the funny in it. You have to, which can be really hard. I totally understand. Sometimes like I'm always laughing at myself, and sometimes I'm really light and easy on myself about things, and then other times I'm like really hard on myself. And so it's just like you have to be aware of like how you're treating yourself. So that's what I'm getting for the masculine. So next I'm going to move on to the feminine energy, and then I might do like a combined message at the end. Okay. Or I'll do like a journey of love at the end. So what do we need to know? What does the feminine energy need to know right now? What does the feminine energy need to know right now? Okay, the Lovers. So I'm getting like the feminine is just feeling very loving, or she also, like, there might be some decisions or choices that she needs to make. This could also represent Gemini, and yeah, let's see what else comes up. I always like to get to. So what else can you tell us about the Lovers and the feminine energy? What does the feminine energy need to know right now? I'm also getting that like love is in the air, like prepare yourself to receive love by being very loving to yourself, because how you treat yourself is what you're going to attract from a lover. So what else can you tell us about the Lovers here? There might be somebody that's on your mind right now too. Okay. Alright, I love this. The Empress. And that's exactly what I was saying. Like, if you're like to receive love and prepare yourself to receive love, you need to be in this energy of the Empress. She's very self-loving, self-nurturing, self-caring. Like, she is the divine mother, and yeah, she has both her feminine and masculine energies balanced within herself. She's very grounded to earth, but she's also very intuitive. She's very fruitful. She's very fertile. So I'm getting that on both sides. Both the masculine and the feminine energies are feeling very fertile, very fruitful, very abundant. She is the master of abundance. She's also the master of manifestation. So there is a love connection that's on your mind, and that is coming into fruition. But she's also the queen of patience. And that can be the hardest lesson to learn, and I feel like that's really hard for the feminine to learn, is like, because I'm also getting the feminine is deeply sensitive. She's very sensitive, the Empress is. She's very in tune to her intuition and her other senses, like her clairaudience and her clairvoyance and her like sensing things. And so I'm getting that the feminine is sensing this union of these lovers here, is what I'm getting. But it's also about being patient and focusing on you and focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself, and like being in your power, because Empress she's in her power, but she's also very nurturing and loving to others. She gives to others, but it's an equal give and exchange. Like, she knows her worth. She has firm boundaries. Yeah, she's the queen. I love that the King of Pentacles came out too with the masculine energy. It feels like a really good balance of like love and like practicality, like emotions and logic, and that's what she is too. She's very like balanced in her energy. So I love that. The Lovers and the Empress, those are beautiful cards. And I love, okay, underneath the deck, I'm going to share this because it feels relevant, the High Priestess. So this is like being really in tune to your intuition, being in tune to your emotions, being in tune to your higher guidance, really listening to your intuition, like listen to your senses, because the outside, I'm getting that the physical may deceive you. The physical world may deceive you, but it's important to focus on the spiritual. And what are you sensing? What are you feeling? What are your emotions telling you? What are your feelings telling you? Because that's what's accurate. That's the guidance you're receiving from the divine, because the divine speaks through your heart, through your feelings. So this is your guidance system. Listen to the High Priestess. She's highly intuitive. I like the High Priestess. Okay, and I love the Empress. She's like, I love seeing that card no matter where I go, and I just love the Lovers. Okay. So next, what energy is the feminine in right now? What energy is the feminine in right now? Okay, perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward perfectly, and this comes underneath the Lovers. So what I'm getting also with the Lovers is like to act as if your partner is there. So how would you like creating the space? Like, that doesn't mean just creating the space in your physical home or whatever that is, but like creating space in your mind, creating space in your energy, cleaning up your energy, like cleaning up your side of the street, taking care of you, taking care of your business, like almost getting things prepared. That's what I'm hearing. Like, get things prepared, get things ready to move forward. And it might not look how you want it to look. And even like this union of like the Lovers, it doesn't always mean a physical union. I mean, it can. So take what resonates, but also it's like important not to get caught up in a physical union, because first and foremost, the most important union is the union within yourself of the masculine and feminine energies. And honestly, for me, it feels like my masculine is with me all the time because I'm able to use my senses to be able to tap into like his energy. So it's important to also, like with the Empress, to have boundaries. So if you're very sensitive to the masculine energy and your divine masculine energy, it's really important to have strong boundaries. And if you feel like drained by their energy, it's important to be like, to literally be like, ask your angels and guides to clear your energy from their energy field. And to spend time taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, however that may look for you. But it's the perfect timing to like take care of yourself and to move forward. That's what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes up. What else? Like, I'm getting that the feminine is like moving forward. That's what it's like. It's like a perfect time to move forward. You might be like stumbling and you may not really want to. You might be being dragged forward, kind of. Sometimes that's how it's like for me, because I'm like, I'm so unsure sometimes, but I'm like, okay, it feels right though, so just listen and keep going. But even though it doesn't make any sense, you know. So, what else is the feminine energy in? What else can you tell us about the feminine energy right now? Okay, love life. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is changing for the better. So, okay, this is about your love life moving forward, is what I'm getting. And just to be open about how this goes. And knowing that, like, if you're moving forward, even without this person, if you're moving forward, to know that like things always come back around. Like, whatever's meant for you is meant for you. It's safe for you to move forward. Like, it's not like you're gonna like lose this person forever. If that's what it feels like, it's just like grieving and letting go, and like because even once you know that you're with them always, like they're part of your soul, like that's what I'm saying, is like you can always feel your masculine energy with you. It's the union of the energies first. So it's always important. I always like, I don't know, I'm more focused on like the union within yourself. Of course we want physical union. Of course we want to be in a relationship. Of course, you know, that's like the ultimate goal. But what I found is like sometimes it feels like that, like my masculine is already here. And so it does really help you like clear up that space and act how you would act. Like sometimes, you know, like maybe you can be like really sad and depressed, and you think, oh, if I had this person here, like I'd be so much happier, you know. But you have to find that happiness within yourself, or you would feel so much more relaxed. And like personally for me, I've been having to like really relax myself, like, and that's always been really hard for me. I've always, like, I grew up in a home that was very chaotic, and so like allowing myself to relax and allowing myself to feel peace on my own, because his presence, the energy of his energy and his presence brings me a lot of peace. But I also have to be able to find it on my own first. So that's just important for people to know. So it's always about you, like the union within yourself. Like, it's not about being selfish. It's just about, I mean, there's a fine line. You have to have a really balanced give and take. But if you're used to being like walked all over, like, or if you overgive, like, there's just a fine line. So anyway, I'm going to continue to move forward. What is the feminine healing right now? And I'm getting that the feminine, this is coming up right now because my temples hurt. There's a lot of mental energy. So your ego might be really loud. I'm getting that it's because like we have a lot of messages about love here with the feminine energy. And when you like, it's really important to get clear on the energy you're holding. Like, what are you still holding on to? Like, if you have fears of love, if you have fears of like relationships, like to get really clear. Okay, because I'm just getting like my temples kind of hurt right now. So overthinking is what I'm getting for the feminine, but like focus on your heart space. Focus on your heart space to get you out of your mind, because the mind will trick you. And to create the best possible outcome and the best possible manifestation, it's important to stay in your heart space. Okay, and become aware of your mental blockages and your mental traps, so you don't recreate them with unconscious thoughts, which it's a challenging practice. So be gentle with yourself. It's not easy. All right, what is the feminine healing right now? What is the feminine healing right now? Okay, I love this. Not Queen of Pentacles, but it kind of reminds me of her. Woman holding a coin in reverse. So this is like, the feminine's really healing any like self-doubt, any low self-esteem, any like unworthiness. And I like that it's kind of like mirroring the masculine energy, because the masculine's feeling very like worthy, feeling very confident. And this, like, especially if you resonate with the twin flame content, I believe that we're mirrors. So it's like the energy can go back and forth until it's healed. So it'll trigger you, and then it could trigger them unless you become really aware of it. And then that's when you begin to heal it. So that's what I'm getting, is the feminine's really healing this sense of, like, believing that she's worthy of this love and this divine love and this divine union. And worthy of, like, all her manifestations, and maybe even having a child with this Empress, and feeling very, like, worthy and, like, successful. And yeah, that's what I'm getting. So the feminine's healing this. And this is like deeply embedded into our lineage and our ancestors, is this victim mentality. That's what this would be. I see this as like a victim mentality, believing that you're not good enough, like not knowing your sense of value, being very codependent. And so I get that that's what the feminine's healing right now. So you might have a lot, like, to look to your mother, like mother healing. That's what I'm getting, is like family healing, mother healing right now. Look at your mother and look at like the like things you picked up from her. That can tell you a lot about yourself. If you look at how your mother is, you can learn a lot about yourself. So next, it's funny because I'm like seeing like the Six of Cups in my head. Like I'm seeing nostalgia. So like you might be like reminiscing on your childhood, especially, and that innocence, and don't get caught up in it, and don't like think, oh, poor me, victim me, like see it as like, how can I like do something with this, or how can I recognize these patterns within myself and stop, how can I shift these patterns, especially to make way for your love life, is what I'm getting. So what else is the feminine healing right now? What's the feminine healing right now? Okay, we have hostilities in reverse. So I'm getting that, like, and this is great in reverse. It's like letting go of all these burdens, letting go of like anger, letting go of resentment, because it blocks you from receiving love. And mostly what I'm getting is like learning how to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be like in this victim mentality. And you do have to forgive yourself because it's something you've been conditioned to believe. So you have to be really gentle about yourself. Like that's why you have to look back at your parents, and you have to see that your parents, especially your mother, was doing the best that she could at that possible time, given her circumstances. So it's not about blaming our parents or blaming our mother, which could be really easy to do. But it's about like forgiveness and letting go. That's what I'm getting with this card. It's just like letting go of those burdens, letting go of that past pain. And this, I'm getting that like as you do this, especially forgiving your family, will really open you up to your love life, like, which seems odd. But it's like if you want to create your own family, you have to heal your own family and ancestral wounds so that you don't repeat those patterns. So I love that. And also underneath the deck, I want to share this one because it feels relevant. Community in reverse. So this talks about like feeling very isolated, not having a lot of friends, just feeling kind of lonely. And I'm getting that both the masculine and the feminine energies are feeling this this energy of like isolation or like not belonging. And what I'm getting is that like it's meant to be that way right now to help you heal some wounds, especially around community, around friendships, because that's really shifting too, especially like sisterhood. And you think about women who have been taught to like cut down other women and to envy other women, and men too. It's like, like men and women are both like against each other, their own like sex, their own like family, and that's what like their own sisters and their own brothers, because that's what I see everybody as your sister and your brother, you know. But that's just how I look at it. I didn't always, and I envied other women, but I started to use my envy of other people and what they had as a guide to what I truly wanted. So I wanted a healthier body. I had to create my own healthier body. Like, I had to do those things instead of envying and sitting around and doing nothing and just being like jealous and talking about other people. I had to actually, like, you know, you see other people running their business and you want that. You don't envy them. You take the steps necessary, you know, like, to develop it yourself. It's just like whatever you're envious in other people is just really a huge indicator of what you want for yourself. So you can always ask them for help too, or ask them for their assistance, or ask them how they got where you want to be, or like follow their, like, what they're doing. So what is your advice for the feminine right now? What is your advice for the feminine right now? Okay, we have be your best self always. I like those too. So, like, that's what I'm getting. Also, like, there might be family healing coming up, and this might trigger wounds, especially because we're in Mercury retrograde, and it always tend to bring things up from the past to be, like, reevaluated and to, like, let go of. So, this might trigger, like, things. And it's important to just be your best self always. If you have to take a time out, I've been noticing that, like, especially when I get really tired, I do not communicate well. I get really harsh. And so it's really important for me to rest, especially as we're going through this healing, as we're going through, especially family healing. It can be really intense, and it can be hard on the mind, because you literally relive scenarios. Like, things will be brought up and you'll relive them, and you have to choose to, like, let them go, to see them, like, okay, and, like, see it as a happy moment instead of, like, dwelling on it, you know. So what I'm getting is, like, you are being triggered, like the feminine being triggered, and this, if you're really connected to your masculine energy, you can start to project those insecurities and those old wounds onto your partner, and you tend to, like, want to blame them. But that's what I'm getting, is just to be your best self always, to stay lighthearted, just like the masculine over here got laughter, to look at yourself and look at your past as, like, a great teaching, like a great lesson. Like, you wouldn't be where you are now without the past. Everything that, like, has made you who you are now, and that's beautiful. It's all how you perceive it, I guess. What else is your advice for the feminine right now? What else is your advice for the feminine right now? Okay, we have empowerment. I love it. I really like this card. Yeah, so really finding your power. And, like, I'm getting that, like, you may have had situations in which your family, members of your family, which you probably had soul contracts with, had made you feel powerless, or, like, you gave your power away. So that's what I'm getting for the feminine, is really learning how to take your power back and, like, releasing these hostilities, because when we are angry at people, especially our family members, for our past, we give our power away. But this is saying to shine your light, be your best self always. Like, don't let the past, like, keep you from standing in your power and owning your truth and speaking your truth. And as you do this, like, I'm getting that it'll create shifts in your love life. How? Sometimes I don't really understand. Like, that's just the guidance I'm receiving. So underneath this deck was hope and happiness, which I really like. So there is hope and there's always happiness. There's, like, butterflies and swans and doves on here. So that might be significant. Horses too. Rabbits. I love all the animals. Okay. So let's pull one from the Journey of Love. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, Spirit. Last message, combined message for the masculine and feminine energies. What is your message for us right now, Spirit? What's your message for us right now? Eruption of light, number 11. Let's see what this has to say. Your every prayer is power-packed eruption of light beamed into the divine presence. Some pray with fear or doubt, as though the prayer is not doing much at all. Yet you understand that prayer is powerful, that it is divine action set in motion. Your power of divine prayer emerges from your heart and out through your throat, whether you speak or sing your prayer silently within your own mind or aloud for the whole world to hear. Let your prayers be vocalized as feelings expressed to the divine, in words or song if you choose. You have the power to heal at your fingertips and vocal cords. Through your voice you can heal. Let your hands be joined in prayer position at your heart and your mouth open to let the breath of your spirit move through your throat, creating sound. As you speak it, so shall it be. This oracle holds a message for you. Your words have more power than you may realize, and you have a special ability to heal with words, to bring light where it is needed, and to uplift through simple kindness spoken. You also have a message to bring. It might be an urge to write or speak on topics that are close to your heart. You may also simply have the need at a soul level to share from the heart with others when you are engaged in conversation. The oracle says your voice is part of your power. Do use it. This is the poem. Life begins with love. To complete itself again, symmetry is born. So that's perfect. I love that. Like, really speaking your truth. I like that with the empowerment card too. And yeah. So just speak your truth. Use your voice. Even though it might be scary, even though your voice shakes. I know it's hard for me too sometimes. But that's also part of our healing, especially the feminine energy. Like, we have been, like, is the word like repressed or suppressed, whatever, for a really long time, and so it can be really hard for us because we fear like that backlash. We fear people talking about us. We fear people judging us. We fear being killed. We fear being whatever the case may be, because that's been in the past, you know. That's literally healing our ancestral wounds. A lot of our ancestors didn't have a voice. They literally were not allowed to speak. Their voice did not matter. But we've changed and our world is different, and now our voice is our most powerful tool. And it can still be scary. It can be scary to step out of your comfort zone and to speak your truth, even if it sounds crazy to other people, like to really own your voice and and to bring your, like, especially with the Empress there, bringing your dreams from your heart space into the physical. And we do that by using our voice. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope this was helpful. Also, if you'd like to book a private reading, I have new, I have prices listed on my Instagram, so if you want to go check that out, it's ashley.emig. And also, if you have any questions, or if you want to book a reading, I'll leave my email below, and so you can just email me there if you have any questions. And I hope you have a wonderful day.